Clash were probably the classic group produced by the punk era. Now, drummer Top Ahead is in prison in Kent, Mick Jones on guitar enjoys mixed fortunes with Big Audio Dynamite, and bassist Paul Simonon leads a new band in Los Angeles.
Breaking rocks in a hot sun, I fall for law in a low one, I fall for law in a low one.
Until recently, Joe Strummer, for many the heart and soul of the group, seemed to have disappeared off the face of the earth. The past year, however, has seen Strummer playing live again with the Pogues and move into writing film soundtracks. We found him in the West London neighbourhood where he's lived for the past 14 years.
74 is just a rubbish tip of demolished buildings, and the local community, mostly squatters and hippies, at the time, they modelled this garden themselves.
This was all a rubbish tip?
Yeah, but the initiative didn't come from the council, you know, it came from the local people. There's a lot of drug addicts too, but there was still people trying something, you know. Like we had a rock band, there was a few other bands there, you know. We had a contribution to make.
And that over there, that elevated motorway is the Westway, for people who don't know, which is a sort of byword for the Clash, almost.
That's right, we were called the Westway Wonders, because, see those flats there? That's where Mick Jones lived, that's Wilmcote House on the 18th floor. And we used to get a fine view from his balcony down onto the Westway, you know. There wasn't a lot to do, so we'd sort of just hang around. You know, we had to make it better. In fact, we made something of our lives by just, you know, necessity being the mother of invention. And glamorizing it was part of it. You know, we wanted to make ourselves feel good, because the songs I was listening to were all about Mississippi or Alabama or Lafayette, you know, all these exotic places, and what we had here was another world, and so, you know, we wanted to bring some mythology to our world.
What moment do you remember from the Clash, that whole
May the 7th, 77, the Rainbow. That was the first night that punk really broke out of the clubs, you know, and the Rainbow at that time was, big venue, you know. Kind of super groups go there, and we played there, Clash, Jam, Subway Sect, Slits, and the audience came and filled it and trashed the place as well, but you really felt that night you're in the right place, a combination of luck and effort, you know, in the right place, doing the right thing at the right time. And that kind of night happens once or twice in a life, you know? That thing that they talk about, chemistry between people, really does exist. And when there's four of you could make a pretty good row, you know, we just had to set up in a room and we could bash it out pretty good. That's fairly rare, and it shouldn't have been tampered with, you know.
During the early 80s, you actually left the Clash on the eve of a tour. Then you came up with the last version of the Cut the Crap Clash, who, I must admit, and you had a Mohican. I saw them at Brixton Academy, and I've got to admit, it felt like the end. How did it feel to you?
It was the end.
The ice age is coming, the sun's zooming in, engines stopping it, the wheat is going thin, a nuclear arrow, but I have no fear, 'cause London is drowning. I live by the river.
Pogues is almost exactly like a punk group in the physicality of the music. You're really physically connected. There's nothing like a mandolin or a guitar or even an accordion or a drum kit or a bass, something that you can... I love the sound of humans like struggling with their instruments, you know, and you can get your personality or individuality over.
Joe Strummer first worked with the Pogues on the film Straight to Hell. Its director, Alex Cox, commissioned him to write the music for his next film, Walker. Walker is the first of 2 soundtrack releases for Strummer in 1988.
I had to realise that no more was I an adolescent. I'm a London parent now. You know, I used to walk around here like a lunatic. You know, I still do, but I've got kids now.
Everywhere you look, products are packaged for value and convenience. It's true of donuts.